It's easy for drunk and reckless drivers to neglect the rules, but when they cause a massive accident with the police and end up turning a whole police car upside down, their worst fears finally come to light, and they almost want to beg for mercy.
The EMS now, squad involved. Stop! 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 Stop right now! You get the fuck back here! I got one running on bang! Get back here, asshole! Stop!
This particular driver named Adam was found in the possession of THC and charged with several accounts of negligence, including criminal damage to property and causing injury while operating under the influence. He had to be chased by 2 police officers after trying to run away and causing an almost fatal accident on the road. His offense was so brutal and unnecessary that he had been given a huge fine.
They're beating Houston.
Heather, I'll stay with him. Why don't you go direct them? I'm gonna get him.
Turn over.
Yep, I got it.
Is that on my back?
You just stay right here. There you go.
Oh.
Right there.
Yeah, boys, throw up.
Go ahead, throw up, man. You're gonna throw up right here in this spot.
I believe this.
You just stay right here. You're still connected to the taser, so if you try to do anything fucking stupid, I'm gonna zap your ass again. You understand me?
Let them turn over, okay?
You're fine right here.
Please let me turn over.
Turn over. You're not turning over on your back, because if you throw up, you're gonna choke on your shit.
I mean, I know, but can I just set up?
No,
No,
you can stay right here.
Can you guess just how much he was fined and if he eventually paid it? This man was so drunk that he couldn't even hold his puke or have a stable conversation. He was under the influence, and it costed him a lot. Because of this law-breaking behavior and reckless attitude, he spent 3 nights in jail. How bad was it? Let's find out.
You ran from me.
I worked out and then dark ocean. 2, cut it. 7, I didn't know any point. 4, yes, and we got 4 bullets. Rob is 1. No white, be a bed, non-qualified theory. Stand on. Here's 1. That is it. Hey. Ready? Standing to be better. I couldn't just stand up. Get nice, come in. And the fucking, you just stand up a second. Just unhaze me, dude.
This horrible incident happened on June 23, 2023 at exactly 1 a.m. in Menominee, Wisconsin. This particular individual decided to do something this stupid at this isolated time. No one saw the chase coming, not even the female police officer that spotted the drunk driver at first. But what seemed like a casual traffic detour turned into an almost fatal accident and arrest. The female driver spotted an unusual activity when this particular driver refused to stop at the flashing red light on the road, so she decided to follow the car, but surprisingly the car didn't stop.
Police department, turn the car off. Take the keys out of the ignition. Turn the car off. They're taking off northbound.
Whoa.
Once we're in that quarters 10:15. They get strict about it. I need EMS now. Squad involved.
After several minutes of trailing the driver, the vehicle finally came to a stop. The drunk driver didn't make a move to get out of the car, so the policewoman made the first move by getting out of her car first. It was a risky move, but as a policewoman, she understood that it was her job to do. Criminals are given many chances to do the right thing and mend their ways, but the thug life always seems like the best route for them. And in the end of the day, they always learn. Just like this drunk driver who ignored all the warnings he was given. The policewoman asked the driver to stop the car, but the driver refused and didn't make a move to do as instructed. Instead, the driver drove off without warning, even after being warned to stop the car. But, just like all stupid people who never listen, the drunk driver learned the hard way. Just as he took off and tried to run away, he paid no attention to the road or what was in front of him, and that's when something unexpected happened. He suddenly collided with a car that was owned by another police officer on duty. Yes, it was a horrible accident. An accident happened, and it was all as a result of the negligence and irresponsibility the drunk driver displayed on the road. The drunk driver refused to turn himself in and ran out of the car at an alarming speed. The policewoman had to chase the driver as a result of this, and it was hectic. The police car was heavily hit, and it left quite a few damages. It was a stressful mission because the irresponsible driver refused to give up, so another policeman joined the chase, and they were finally able to catch the reckless driver. He was repeatedly asked to put his hands behind his back, but he refused, so the police officers had to use extra force. In proper bratty behavior, he refused to cooperate and tried resisting the police, so he was zapped several times before he got handcuffed. Something disgusting and utterly disturbing occurred when the driver asked to sit up so he wouldn't puke. He was so drunk that he couldn't lay on his back and had to beg to get up because he was at risk of throwing up. The policeman was kind enough to let him sit up so he could control himself, but like all criminals, he tried to act a little bit too smart. He kept arguing with the policeman and requesting to get on his knees even after he was blatantly told to stay in his place. This was one of the many signs that the driver was so drunk he could barely follow simple instructions. One can't even decide it was the alcohol talking or just his natural, uncooperative attitude. While he tried resisting the policeman, other police officers joined the scene. It's safe to say that it was quite chaotic as they tried getting to the root of this case. The drunk driver was eventually identified as a 24-year-old male named Adam. The policemen found some stuff in his pocket and had to take them out. He was also in possession of THC. They asked him if he was hurt before eventually leading him into the police car. It was quite nice to finally see the drunk driver realize his actions had a lot of consequences that were due to come one by one. Luckily, the policemen were able to find his wallet so they could check his identity. You would not believe that the names on his driver's license really didn't match with his name. Maybe it was just the alcohol talking, or maybe he was in possession of someone else's driver's license. Well, after the unnecessary accident and the drama he caused, it wouldn't be surprising if he didn't have a legit driver's license. The policewoman was out of breath as a result of chasing the drunk driver, confessed to her colleagues that she was actually very scared when she ran after him and had never been that scared in her whole life. While chasing a grown adult on the road at 1 a.m. isn't exactly the best position to find yourself in, anyone in that position would be scared. There were two people in the car, the driver and the passenger, and after interviewing the passenger in the car, one policeman stated what had happened between them. After the police officers sectioned themselves and assigned tasks to each other, they were finally able to see the amount of damage the police car that had been hit incurred. The car was completely upside down and it was obvious that the hit had been quite hard. The road was completely littered with little parts of both cars, and there was more than enough evidence of what had transpired. Adam didn't go scot-free because he got what he deserved at the end of the day. He was taken to the hospital and was cleared of any medical complications, which meant that he was fit to be jailed for his very bad behavior. And as a result of his actions, he was taken to the Dunn County Jail and was charged with hit and run involving injury, reckless driving causing bodily harm, resisting or failure to stop, possession of THC, resisting or obstructing an officer, criminal damage to property, and causing injury while operating under the influence. Adam was also issued citations totaling over $2,563, but he was released 3 days later on a $1,650 cash bond. Adam surely didn't go scot-free at all, and learned that drunk driving actually has very huge consequences.